Ebony Maw versus Ancient One? Who would win? When the greatest minds of magic collide, intelligence becomes a weapon, and power becomes the battlefield. On one side stands Ebony Maw, the brilliant and terrifying servant of Thanos, a master manipulator and one of the most dangerous members of the Black Order. On the other side stands the Ancient One, the legendary Sorcerer Supreme who protected Earth from mystical threats for centuries and mastered forces beyond human understanding. This is not simply a battle between two magic users. This is a clash between cosmic ambition and ancient wisdom. But when these two powerful beings finally face each other, who is truly stronger and who would win? Ebony Maw is not feared because of physical strength. His greatest weapon is his mind. Unlike warriors who depend on brute force, speed, or destruction, Ebony Maw turns intelligence itself into a deadly advantage. As a member of Thanos' Black Order, he earned the Mad Titan's trust because of his extraordinary strategic thinking, psychological manipulation, and mastery of telekinetic abilities. He can control objects with incredible precision, overpower opponents without physical contact, and transform his surroundings into deadly weapons. In the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Ebony Maw proved just how dangerous he could be when he arrived on Earth during Thanos' invasion. He defeated powerful heroes using only his mental abilities and tactical intelligence. Against Doctor Strange, one of Earth's greatest defenders, Ebony Maw demonstrated incredible control over his environment. He manipulated weapons, broke through magical defenses, and applied constant pressure with terrifying accuracy. His fighting style is completely different from traditional warriors. Ebony Maw does not rush into battle. He studies his opponent, identifies weaknesses, and creates a strategy designed to guarantee victory. His greatest strength is his ability to think several steps ahead. He does not just fight his enemies. He controls the entire flow of the battle. However, Ebony Maw is not the only genius in this confrontation. Standing against him is someone who has spent centuries mastering the very forces that he attempts to control. The Ancient One is more than just a powerful sorcerer. She is one of the greatest mystical protectors in Marvel history. As the Sorcerer Supreme, she carried the responsibility of defending Earth from magical threats, interdimensional creatures, and forces capable of destroying reality itself. The Ancient One possesses knowledge that very few beings in the universe can match. Her power comes from centuries of training, discipline, and experience. She can manipulate mystical energy, create powerful magical shields, open portals across space, separate astral forms from physical bodies, and use spells that completely change the rules of combat. Her greatest advantage is not simply the amount of magic she possesses. It is her understanding of how to use it. The Ancient One does not waste energy. Every movement has a purpose, and every spell has a reason. She can analyze an enemy, understand their abilities, and discover the perfect counterattack. She has faced countless mystical dangers throughout her existence and understands forces that exist beyond normal reality. While Ebony Maw uses his intelligence to conquer and manipulate, the Ancient One uses her wisdom to maintain balance across different worlds. Now imagine the battlefield. An ancient temple stands silently as two powerful forces prepare for combat. Ebony Maw arrives with complete confidence. He does not see the Ancient One as a true threat. To him, she is simply another obstacle standing between Thanos and ultimate victory. Without warning, Ebony Maw begins the attack. He uses his telekinesis to rip massive pieces of stone from the ground and launches them toward the Ancient One with incredible speed. The attacks come from multiple directions, but she calmly raises her hand and creates magical barriers that block every strike. Ebony Maw realizes that simple attacks will not defeat her. He changes his strategy. Instead of focusing only on destruction, he begins controlling the entire battlefield. Weapons, debris, and objects around him become tools of attack. Every movement is calculated, and every strike is designed to test her defenses. For a moment, Ebony Maw appears to have the advantage. His precision and intelligence allow him to predict her movements. He attempts to overwhelm her by controlling the battlefield itself and forcing her into a defensive position. But the Ancient One has fought enemies far beyond ordinary warriors. She understands that raw control does not guarantee victory. Using her mastery of the mystic arts, she creates portals to redirect his attacks and uses illusions to confuse his calculations. Ebony Maw quickly adapts. This is what makes him dangerous. He does not repeat mistakes. He observes, learns, and adjusts. As the battle continues, he begins recognizing patterns in her magic and searches for moments when she is vulnerable. The Ancient One realizes that Ebony Maw is not just powerful. He is evolving during the fight. His intelligence allows him to become more dangerous with every passing moment. The battle reaches a new level as both fighters unleash their full abilities. Ebony Maw creates a storm of destruction, lifting massive structures and turning the battlefield into a deadly weapon. His control becomes almost impossible to escape. The Ancient One responds with the deeper powers of the mystic arts. She creates advanced magical defenses, opens multiple portals, and attacks from unexpected angles. She uses abilities that exist beyond physical combat, forcing Ebony Maw to fight against something he cannot simply overpower. The turning point arrives when Ebony Maw changes his approach. Instead of attacking her body, he targets her concentration. He understands that magic requires focus, and if he can break that focus, he can finally defeat her. For a moment, Ebony Maw gains control. His telekinesis pushes against her defenses, and the battlefield shakes under the pressure of his power. He believes he has finally defeated the legendary Sorcerer Supreme. But this is where the Ancient One's greatest weapon appears: experience. She has spent centuries studying magic, battling supernatural threats, and protecting reality itself. She understands that the strongest fighter is not always the one with the most destructive power. It is the one who can adapt when everything changes. Using her knowledge of the mystic arts, the Ancient One creates a powerful counterattack. She redirects Ebony Maw attacks, breaks his control over the battlefield, and traps him with magical techniques he has never encountered before. Ebony Maw fights back with everything he has. His intelligence searches for an escape. His powers attempt to break through her defenses. But the Ancient One has too much experience and too many abilities for him to overcome. The difference between them becomes clear. Ebony Maw is a brilliant strategist with incredible telekinetic power, but his abilities are focused mainly on control and manipulation. The Ancient One possesses greater magical versatility, deeper knowledge, and experience against threats far beyond ordinary combat. In a short battle, Ebony Maw could surprise many opponents and create serious problems. His intelligence and precision make him one of the most dangerous enemies in the universe. But against the Ancient One, he faces someone who understands magic on a completely different level. She can defend against his attacks, adapt to his strategies, and use abilities that challenge the limits of reality itself. Ebony Maw has the advantage in tactical aggression and battlefield control. However, the Ancient One has the advantage in experience, magical variety, dimensional knowledge, and overall power. The final result comes down to the difference between a genius and a master. Ebony Maw is a weapon of conquest created to serve Thanos. The Ancient One is a guardian who has mastered forces that shape the universe. So, who is stronger? The Ancient One. Who is more powerful at their peak? The Ancient One, because her mastery of magic reaches levels far beyond Ebony Maw telekinetic abilities. Who would win? After an intense battle where Ebony Maw pushes her to her limits, the Ancient One ultimately defeats him through superior knowledge, greater magical versatility, and centuries of experience. The winner is the Ancient One.